Yes, we are live on Facebook. Okay, Jamil Saab, please go ahead.
Thank you so much. Uh, Welcome all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Jamil Khan, and today is the launch event for mentorship. I believe this is the most awaited program of JK Scientists, at least for this year. We had Sprout 2020. There were many success stories in that. The people who have been part of the Sprout previously uh, are with us also, fortunately, this time. And we have eminent people who uh, have handholded us time and again and made this event possible for us. We have with us Dr. Mubarak Hussain Saeed, who is the current president and founder for JK Scientists. He'll be talking about the JK Scientists initiatives and the importance of the mentorship. We have with us Dr. Altaf Lal, who is a senior advisor, global health and innovations at Sun Pharmaceuticals. Uh, we will be very curious to listen words of wisdom from him. And the program, which is about the JK mentorship program, and we'll be talking what you should actually expect out of mentorship and what exactly the mentorship program is about. Uh, we'll be concluding the session with a very important program, that is a question and answer session. We're listening a lot of questions or the emails. It will be very good on part of the participants to be very curious and be very particular about the last session, that is the question and answer session, because for us the first impression of your will be your emails. So if you try to repeat the same questions which have been already mentioned here, we will consider that you were not very active during the session, and it might create a kind of negative impact uh, uh, of yours. Uh, to tell briefly about Dr. Mubarak Hussain Saeed, he was proud to be born and raised in Kashmir, and exploring the mysteries of fruit flies. He's currently assistant professor at biology at the University of New Mexico. Proud moment for us, recent NSF Career Award. And what is more important is he's the founder and director of Jammu and Kashmir Scientists. Uh, Very inspiring for us to listen to him, to get inspired by him. And every time he has uh, handholded us to launch this event, he has been behind us as a supportive force to launch the JK Scientist Mentorship Program. I request Dr. Mubarak Hussain Saeed to please take over.
Thank you. Thanks very much for your kind introduction. Assalamu alaikum, adab, sat sri akal. I hope everybody is doing well. First of all, I would like to take this opportunity to pay my condolences to one of our beloved coordinator, Dr. Bilkis Bas. She was very active at JK Scientists to help other students and also be part of this very active community. My heartfelt condolences to her family and her friends. May her soul rest in peace, and may Allah provide her maghfirah. So I think I get lots of credit for this JK Scientist. I may have started this initially.
There is no audio here. There's no audio here. Please, there's no audio. We cannot listen anything, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you.
We are good to go. There's no problem at all. Please reconnect. If you have
sorry.
any issues, we are good to go. Please go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, I always get like, I guess too much credit for this JK Science. I may have started it long years back, but I think it's the people like you, the members, who are taking it forward. And the credit goes to all of our core members, all of our volunteers, coordinators, and active members who from day first are answering all the questions to all the students, and also to the members who will be future donors, which I think also is important to sustain this JK Scientist forum. So I have only a few minutes. I will make sure that I give my message forward. JK Scientist is now a non-profit public organization, so it belongs to you, it belongs to everybody. I always believe in new ideas, new energy, and I think I'm very happy to see young generation of students, scientists, scholars taking it forward, taking leadership roles. And it's very important to have a collective voice. You can see already the fruits of this organization. We have not only been helping students back home, also internationally through networking, and also through raising awareness and also outreach activities. I believe JKScientists has had a tremendous role in sowing the seeds of quality, sincerity, and also knowledge in our society. It takes time to make quality stuff. It took at least, I would say, almost 10 years where we are now. But I think from here, it only goes in the direction of more quality and prosperity. So this organization I envision as be like, I think my tenure may be over in a year or two, but as an outsider, I envision this society to be as a public organization dedicated for science and education outreach and advocacy of science in our society back home. And there are various programs which we have started here. I think one of them, which is the main focus today, is mentorship. Why is mentorship important? And how is mentor different from a teacher? I think the mentorship team has done a tremendous job, and they have a presentation where they will teach, where they will discuss all these things. But from my personal perspective, I am very grateful to my mentors, which I have found in my life. I was fortunate enough to find them and then also be proactive. I was proactive to actually communicate, engage with them, and I feel lucky to be connected with those mentors. Mentors are lifelong people who are with you for lifelong and also help in your professional as well as personal life. So I encourage you all to take benefit of this opportunity and seek lifelong mentors. And these lifelong mentors will for sure change your life in the right direction. Dr. Altaf Saab is here today. He will also talk about mentorship. And you will see from a student to a professor to a scientist to any other scholar, each of us has personal and professional mentors. And one word of advice or suggestion you would say I would give you all is to be proactive. So mentor, you can get a mentor, but you will not get any benefit unless you seek help, you seek mentorship, you do homework and then have questions specific for a mentor. I give this example to my students as well. What is the role of a mentor? What does a mentor mean? For example, you have to go to hike and summit Mount Everest, right? You will not just go and start reading books. You find people who have done this before, right? They are your mentors. They will tell you where to start, where to camp. What if in case there is an avalanche, what do you do, right? All these things, you gain these from personal experiences. And this is what I envision my mentors to be. For example, somebody who has established a lab recently, maybe 5 years ago, could be a good mentor for me to tell me, hey, this is things you have to consider. These are the things you have to think of. These are the difficulties and challenges you will face. These are part of life, difficulties and challenges and failures, right? 99.999% of times we fail in life, but that doesn't mean we give up. That's where mentors come up. They will shape you, train you, and help you in through their personal experiences or personal lifelong experiences. And I think it will change after this Sprout mentorship program. It is a little bit rehauled thanks to the mentorship team and the mentorship chair, Dr. Jamil Saab. So I have seen that these students, they just think that mentors will do everything for them, right? They will write their letters, they will write their emails, they will write their CV. This is not the case. If I get an email, something like this, I already get discouraged that I don't think this mentee is very energetic and enthusiastic and motivated to do something. So first thing is you do your homework, then wherever you need help, you will get help. And the other thing which I feel very, I would say, dissatisfied with, and also I feel pain, is that many of the students, they copy paste. And that's which turns me off. And if I don't see sincerity and honesty in a student, as a person, from a personal perspective, I already see them out of my either mentorship or my guidance or any help I can do for them. But if I see a motivated student, a sincere, hardworking and dedicated student, I will give my 200% to help her or him through whatever way I can in achieving his or her goals. So my suggestion, my advice to you all young scientists, students, is you are the future. You will do better than I did. You will do better than any of us did. Be positive, stay motivated, stay focused, hard work. There are difficulties and challenges everywhere. And I think your mentorship, your dedication and our mentorship program will help you in achieving your goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mubarak Saab. It was very inspiring to listen to you. And every time when I remember you saying about mentorship, and you will be asking that I am a part of the mentorship, whether that was programmed like this, or the mentorship which is at a personal level with the people who were with you. Mentorship at every point of time is important. We acknowledge this. Moving forward, we have one of the important part of the program, which is Dr. Altaf Lal. When I was making the presentation and trying to portray what Dr. Altaf Lal is and what his contributions in terms of academic and in terms of the other programs for the upliftment of Jammu and Kashmir is, I could sense that I can put, 3 or 4 slides or maximum. I mean, I can put a whole presentation on that. But then I have written only 2 points, but the achievements are much more. Presently working as an advisor. You can hear me? You're able to listen to me?
Yeah, that's okay, please.
Yeah, all right. So he's a senior advisor in global health and innovations at Sun Pharmaceutical Industries Limited, where he works on 2 sides. One is on the product development side and the public health side. He serves as a project director for malaria elimination demonstration projects in India, acting project director on rollback malaria partnership to end malaria. His contributions to the eradication of malaria has been tremendous, and is a board member for Asia Pacific Leader Malaria Alliance, the founder for Director of Elimination and Control of India. With his numerous national and international awards, which are, when I use the word numerous, they are numerous, and he has published around over 220 papers. This being an academic side, highly inspiring for us to follow on this. What is more important for us to know about Dr. Altaf Lal is that he is active in various programs which are for particularly Jammu and Kashmir, for the upliftment of the people, whether that's students or in general. The recent work which I was part of, which I've listened to, not part of, I have listened to Chinar International on Warwan Valley, has been an achievement. Initiatives like this always inspire us to follow and to be like Dr. Altaf Lal. With these words, I hand over to Dr. Altaf Lal.
Thank you so much, Jamil. Assalamu alaikum. मैं थोड़ी कश्मीरी भी बीच में डाल देता हूँ. If there's a non-Kashmiri speaking person, please raise your hand. I'll go zero Kashmiri. I'll stay English, but it's a natural thing that comes out of me from time to time. Mubarak Saab, it's good to see you. Congratulations to you again. And I'll also like to add my condolences to Bilqis. I did not know her, but she was very dear to all of you or most of you. So I do extend my condolences to her. As Jamil Saab said, I saw him yesterday. I saw Asif Beg Saab yesterday and Saima yesterday. The focus was on Kishtwar district, Varwan Valley, and the focus was education. Focus was development. Mentorship, as Mubarak Saab said, and you all have envisioned, is a process that creates stronger products. Everyone has a mentor. Presidents, prime ministers, acting have mentors. Their designations are advisors. So there are several advisors to the President of the United States. There will be several advisors to Prime Minister of India or Prime Minister of UK or Canada. Their role is to make sure that the head of the state makes the right decision, does the right things. Mentorship is also a two-way process. It's a longitudinal process. In other words, if you do find a mentor, make him as your best friend. He or she has to have confidence in you that he or she is being listened to. He or she may never be always right, but he or she would be right most of the times. So I'm gonna, in a few minutes, I have convey these thoughts in four buckets. One is mentorship with impact, which was also mentioned at the first slide. I would urge each one of you to be your own champion. That's the first thing you have to do. Umar, Burhan, Adil, Ishfaq, I'm just reading the names, I'm making friends with you here. Talib, Sadaqat, Hinan. Do your own due diligence. Before you reach out to a potential mentor or before JKScientists assigns you to Mr. Patel or Ms. Singh or Mubarak Saab or Adil Saab as a mentor, do your own due diligence and a need assessment. Mein kya cha tim cheez kamzori yim ch mein overcome kare. Look for them, and you may not be able to figure them out immediately, but keep looking. What are those needs? What are those ask area? And once you do that, then convince yourself, talk to yourself. There are two things that I've always felt were artificial. They come very artificial to me. One is namumkin. ये नामुमकिन है. मैं कहता ना को हटा दे. मुमकिन हो गया. वारिया चवनान बहुत कहते हैं अनुज में कश्मीरी में जा रहा हूँ. I don't know Anuj, you understand Kashmiri, so I'm going to stay out of Kashmiri. वारिया बहुत लोग कहते हैं impossible. Well, I just take the I and M out of it. I'll create a possible situation out of it. If I was talking on a regular basis as Anuj or Adil or Ishfaq are trying to see, okay, now I'm going to prepare for this opportunity. From this opportunity, I will have 5 or 6 possible opportunities. How do I position myself? That's what I'll try to convince them and systematically walk them through. So become your own mentors first. then you'll find the usefulness of these mentorship programs. Always focus. जो भी काम कर रहे हो आप बच्चों, focus on what are the near-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. अगर आप long-term goals पे ज़्यादा तवज्जो दे रहे हो, एग्जाम तो 15 दिन के बाद है, आप पोस्टडॉक की सोचने लग गए, लिंकेज खराब हो जाएगी आपकी. So in this focusing piece of your own internal due diligence, you have to assess your capacity, your capability, and your desirability. Through those pieces of internal due diligence will come the feasibility. Each one of you, I can assure you, if I had to bet, I can bet with you that each one of you can work harder than what you're doing now. Each one of you can allocate quality time in doing what you're doing now. Each one of you can express yourself better than what you are doing now. Each one of you can hustle, become street smart. To Anuj, मैं कह रहा हूँ, चुप के नहीं, you don't have to be quiet. Express yourself. But when you're expressing, be counted. Read extensively. It doesn't matter what you're reading. Obviously, you should read what you're interested in, but read extensively so that when you're engaging with mentor or other interlocutors, they should leave with the sense that, man, this person is deep. He's read about French Revolution. He's read about the Indian occupation. He's extensively well read about the problems in Kashmir or problems in Gilgit. And be creative writer. Writing में बहुत कमजोरी हो जाती है. ये हमने last time भी जब हमने एक interaction की थी. And I'll advise you to read good newspapers. You will figure out how to position your argument. And obviously you read your scientific literature. I'm hoping that all of you are from the science space at this time. But irrespective whether you're in humanities, be creative writers. ये combination जो आ जाएगी ना आपके पास, they become very powerful. These mentors will be spending more time with you. They will try to figure out, okay, अब नसरीन मुनव्वर को कहाँ भेजना चाहिए? Should she go to a best university in the United States or Canada or Korea or China? So the mentor starts putting more efforts into you because you created those elements to succeed. When you have those elements of succession, you will be in high demand because your mentors become your champions then. Tim Chapat Akikis Wanan here, Shaira Ismail, mashallah, what a quality student. We can expect tremendous things from Talib Muzaffar. So let us send him or her to Indian Institute of Sciences or AKU Karachi or the best institutions in Malaysia. Final thought. There's a IAS coaching institute in Bihar, I understand. I have not seen it. But what I am told is every student from that IAS coaching institute almost always becomes an IAS officer. He or she clears the exam. So they must be obviously teaching with rigor, preparing these students from rigor. End product is everyone succeeds. So what you are creating is this virtual center of eminence where all of you will say, okay, this is my pathway to succeed. And I'm going to give it 100% of my time. I'm going to attract the best mentors, and I'm going to stay engaged with him or her on a long-term sustainable basis. Final thought. If mentor doesn't see you working diligently and working hard and with purpose, Shruti guys thoda path, wo bhi thoda piche ho jayega yaar. क्यों time लगाऊं मैं person A, person B पे? Some of you, I would not name you, have reached out to me over the last few months. Whatever I have been able to advise you, I hope that has been helpful. Stay connected. Mentorship is not going to be one-way street. Mentorship is not going to be cross-sectional. It should not have no end by date. It is a long life. Mentor will be the best friend you will create. With those thoughts, I want to thank you again for inviting me. I hope to stay connected with you. Jamil, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Altaf Lal. Inspiring as well as for us, it's an important lessons to be learned every time when you speak. Due diligence, very important term, not just in terms of what I can say, not in terms of just the mentorship, but me being a part of startup journey, managing the startups. The first important thing when we give fundings to the startup is we tell them do a due diligence for the ideas which you have, for the business strategy you have. For starting anything important, due diligence is very important. And other important factors to contribute effectively to the mentorship. We also acknowledge all those important points of sincerity and other things. What I will request to the participants who are listening to us, whether on the Zoom platform, since we have a maximum limit capacity of 100 participants and we have the 100 participants here, we are live on Facebook as well. If somebody has access to the Facebook, it will be good to please watch over the Facebook, because there are some participants who don't have the Facebook account and have been mailing us requesting us to give access, but we cannot remove any participants from here. It will be good on the part of participants to listen the same program from the Facebook as well. We'll be taking question answers as well if time permits. Moving forward to the next session, which is about the mentorship program, the real impact. What mentorship program is about? What is in your mind? What mentorship program is about? Just try to make a sort of a graphic out of it. And after you listen to Umar Butt, try to unlearn some of the things, and then try to see what exactly mentorship program which we have made, which we have kind of at our own expertise with different contacts. Try to see how mentorship will be more impactful. Try to see over that and unlearn some of the things. Mailing us on mentorship, we reply back, and you cannot expect in a single day or a single month that we'll be sitting over university in US. Replying same thing to another email on JKScientists, and we are interconnected as a team. But then when we have a spamming of emails or something which is irrelevant, we will be again having a bad impression. As Dr. Altaf Lal said, that for us also, what is important as of now is the quality, not the quantity. If we have as of 100 participants, we will be happy to have only 5 or 6 the best mentees whom we will take from the Kashmir, or say Kashmir or some other place, up to a place where they have imagined themselves to be. With these words, I request Umar Salim, who is doing PhD in neurobiology from ISER Mohali, working on deciphering the role of neuropeptides in regulating locomotion during stress conditions in roundworm. He has been a part of mentorship, and he can exactly tell you how is it to be a mentee. Over to you, Umar.
Assalamu alaikum. So am I audible?
Yes, you are audible, and I'm giving you the access.
Yeah, thank you. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, And thanks to Dr. Jamil for letting me speak on this most awaited program at JKScientists. And without taking much time in the introduction, I would rather directly go to the agenda. So before starting this, before taking you through the functioning of this program and how it functions, how it works, I would first of all like to basically explain what mentorship is. Most of things have been covered by Dr. Saeed Mubarak and Dr. Altaf Lal, but I'll just give a simple explanation about it. So mentorship is basically a one-on-one, two-way process in which an experienced person, in which an experienced individual known as mentor advises, helps, encourages another individual. And so this mentorship program basically aims at helping, encouraging, guiding, and advising a mentee to lead him to or her to realize these aspirations. So we at JK Scientist, our program, JK Scientist Mentorship Program, basically not only takes care of the one-on-one conversation and the academic goals of the mentee, but also includes personality development. It also includes the enhancing and improving of basic soft skills and understanding of the research. So we at JK Scientist, the JK Scientist mentorship team, we are trying to bring such a program which will be beneficial to the mentees and mentors as well. So before starting, I would like to say that our very hardworking team member, Dr. Zahur Gul, has designed this logo for our mentorship program. We appreciate his efforts. So taking you forward to the process and the functioning of this program, I would first of all like to tell you about the vision, mission, and goals of this program. So starting with the vision of this program. So basically, the vision of this program, looking at the vision of this program, we at JK Scientist Mentorship Program, so we basically want to empower the youth of Jammu and Kashmir. We are well aware of the fact that the students or the youth of Jammu and Kashmir possess tremendous potential and lots of talent. But at this very point of time, we lack the youth back home. They lack the guidance, they lack the awareness, they lack the support. So we are here to help them, guide them, support them, and thereby empower the youth. And we are also here to deliver means of to acquire academic excellence. We all know that there are lots of opportunities across the globe, but what our youth lack is they don't know how to approach these opportunities. They don't know how to write for these opportunities. So that's why we have brought this program for you, for the youth of Jammu and Kashmir, where we will deliver means to acquire the academic excellence. Then we have a mission at this program. We have a mission, and this mission is about strengthening the community by diffusion of knowledge, by imparting skills, and creating new opportunities. So we are here to care about each other. So we as a community care about each other. We as a community understand each other's problem. We as a community want to share our knowledge. We want to share our experience with those who are unexperienced, and then we want to impart skills. Skills are very important in doing anything in whatever field you are. You should have the proper skills to improve, to progress, and be successful. So we are here to strengthen our community, to strengthen our youth, to strengthen our young growing buds. So we want to help them by sharing knowledge, by imparting skills. And when our minds are filled with knowledge, our minds are filled with skills, then we can create new opportunities. We recently had a session with Dr. Insha Rasool. Everybody knows that she has used her knowledge, she has used her skills, she has used her ideas to obviously create an opportunity. So we at JK Scientists basically want to guide our youth to create new opportunities for themselves. As Dr. Altaf Lal said, we have to be a champion of ourselves. So that's what our mission is. We also want to bring in the culture of innovation. As I already said just now, that when a mind is ignited with knowledge, when a mind is ignited with skills, when a mind is ignited with experience, the culture of innovation is basically developed by itself. So we here want to bring in the culture of innovations. Moving forward with the goals. So in order to follow our mission, we have assigned specific goals to this program. So first of all, we want to inculcate the soft skills. As I already told you that in whatever field a person is, the person needs to be equipped with the proper skills. The person needs to be equipped with the proper things that will help him or her to be successful, to to go forward and achieve the goal. So we want to inculcate the soft skills. We want to help students to reach their academic goal. So under this mentorship program, as I will take you to the process of this mentorship program, we actually want to help students to realize their aspirations, to articulate their ideas, and help them to reach their academic goals. And we also want to make up for the research lag through rigorous training. As I told in the beginning, that this JKScientist mentorship program not only includes the one-on-one conversation of mentor and mentee just before the academic thing, discussing academic thing, but we at JKScientist, we will train our mentees to develop their personality, to develop professionalism among themselves, and to develop soft skills. We'll have multiple workshops where they can be good research, which will help them to be good researchers, to be good professionals as well. So moving forward with the mentorship process. So the JKScientist SPROUT 2021, which is a JKScientist initiative about the mentorship. So we have, our program is going to work in a phase manner. So the first phase 0 will be welcome phase, where we will, I'll take you through each phase. I'll explain what each phase will, include. So after the welcome phase, we'll have our first phase, that's on, and then this phase will be a common platform where we will develop and enhance the soft skills of our mentees. Then the phase 2, once the mentees pass this phase, then they will move forward to the phase 2. That's great. So this phase 2, it's a club specific training. So the participants will be divided into clubs, and the club specific training will take place. And then after the grid phase, the students and the participants or the mentees, they will be taken forward to the last phase, that's phase 3, which is a pilot phase. So this phase will be domain specific, and in this phase, there will be one-on-one mentorship. So taking you to these phases one by one. So phase 0 is the welcome phase. So in this phase, the applicants will write the application forms, and the application forms, in the application form, the questions will be intriguing, the questions will be interesting. So the questionnaire will include personal information, it will include self-assessment, it will include statement of purpose. So all those applicants who are interested in applying for this program should listen to this very carefully. This will help them in writing the application forms. So when you are provided with the application form, there will be different parts of the application form. So first part of the application form will be your personal information, where you will be asked about your basic information, about your name, about your address, and the likes. So after that, we will ask you some questions which will help you in self-assessment. This will give us an idea about you. This will give us a big picture of you, as how confident you are, like what is your current level, where you stand at this point of time. And this will help us in understanding how you participate apart from academics as well. We'll have certain questions where we will actually get to know about your participation in extracurricular activities as well. So we don't want, as I already told you, that we want to develop your personality. We want to develop you as a good professional person. And so that's why we have this part in the application form. So then the third part will be statement of purpose. So in the statement of purpose, we'll be asking you to write a few lines about yourself. It will not be an elaborate statement of purpose. We don't want to put a pressure on you in the beginning only to write a big statement of purpose. But yes, we will ask you a few questions that you will have to write a few lines about yourself, explaining your position, explaining why you want to join this mentorship program, what you expect from this mentorship program. This will give us an idea about your confidence, how confident you are about yourself, what is your outlook, what do you see this mentorship program as. So this will help us in basically getting a picture of how confident and how you look at upon us. And so this will be the first scrutiny for consistent efforts. So as I told, you'll be given this application form, and the consistency and honesty will be evident from your responses. So you will be given some time to fill the application forms. So take a couple of days to fill the forms, but you need to be honest and you have to avoid plagiarism. So if for those who don't know about what plagiarism is, so plagiarism is basically is a cheat practice of copying and pasting from an external source. So we at JKScientists take this very seriously, and plagiarism at any level will lead to the rejection of your application form. So you have to take care of plagiarism. You don't have to copy paste your answers from an external source. Be honest, write whatever you can write about yourself. Be simple. We don't expect that you should write in a higher level of language, we expect you to be honest, and we just want you to write basic things about yourself, whatever you can. So this is our first, phase 0, that's welcome. So once you write the application forms, then the application forms will be screened, and those who are found eligible and those who are admitted to this program will be our mentees, and so they will enter into the phase 1, that is the horn. So in the phase 1, we'll sharpen the skills of our mentees. So this will be a common platform for all mentees, so irrespective of the stream. So at this very phase, we don't want to separate our mentees into their respective subject in the respective fields, because before going to the research, a person, anybody, even myself, when I was preparing for like joining a PhD, or whenever I was in masters, I needed a lot of skills which maybe I was lacking at that point of time, but I learned being a mentee at JKScientists. I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of skills, and now I think that everyone, all the mentees should pass this phase, should be consistent, and should be sincere in this phase. So this phase will be irrespective of all the streams. So what we'll do in this phase is that there will be enhancing of soft skills. All the mentees will be divided into groups, and the mentees will rotate among the groups. So this phase will include enhancing of soft skills and understanding of basic research. So for being a good researcher, you need to be equipped with the soft skills. And before you go for that very position, if you want to suppose write for a position, if you want to grab an opportunity, suppose you are writing for a PhD position out of India, or you want to write for a position in India as well, so you need to know how to draft and precise and attractive CV, how to draft a mail, how to write mail, how to convey your message very precisely and effectively. You need to know how to write cover letter, how to write SOP. So here we will help you in enhancing your soft skills, like drafting CVs, drafting emails, writing cover letters, and writing statement of purposes. So this was about the soft skills. And also in the same phase, we will help you to develop the basics of research. So in this very part, there will be introduction to basic research tools like softwares, data analysis, PowerPoint presentation. When you become a researcher, when you start your research, you need to be equipped with all these skills. You need to know the softwares that are used in different fields. So like there are different fields of science or the humanities as well, where you need different softwares to to analyze your data. And then the analysis of data is very important, and then presentation of your data, like whenever you want to present your research, whenever you want to present your thesis, or whenever there are you need to present a paper or anything. So we should be knowing the basics of our presentation. So this will help you to this will help you in overall personality development. So regarding this, I would just want to say that we at JKScientists have other programs as well, where we help the students, where we actually have programs which help the students and the youth back home to learn the basics of these presentations, learn the basics of research. We have a program known as Spectrum. So at Spectrum also, we are going to conduct the journal clubs, where students will be presenting papers and will be discussing the research. So consider that as well. So yeah, I was talking about this very phase. So it will help you in overall personality development as well. And this very phase will last for approximately 1 month and spanning multiple workshops. There will be multiple workshops, and the mentees need to attend the workshops consistently and sincerely. Okay, so moving to the next phase, that is the grid phase. In the grid phase, this phase will be club specific. So basically, what we are going to do is we will divide the mentees according to their according to their subject field that they have provided in the application form, the interest that they have provided in the application form. The mentees will be divided into respective clubs. So the clubs will include the physical science club, we have chemical science club, we have biological science club, we have engineering club, and we have humanities and management club. So the student mentees will be divided into these clubs, And at the same time, these clubs will be headed by professional people with a well-established background, where they will discuss the club-specific activities. Like the student who belongs to a physical science club, the club will be headed by a professional person who is very with a well-established background in physical sciences. He'll be discussing basics, whatever as mentee needs to. Mentee can discuss, they can ask questions, and it will help them in developing a a successful career. And this will also last for approximately 1 month and spanning multiple workshops. There will be multiple workshops, and we'll encourage mentees to attend all the workshops at this phase. Now coming to the phase 3, that is the pilot phase. So this is the final phase of our mentorship program. So this phase is domain specific. So the students reach up to this phase after passing 2 phases, where they're like in the first phase I said that there will be development of the soft skills and basics of research. Then in the second phase there will be the domains, this club specific activity. And now we expect our mentee to be well equipped with all those necessary things, and then the mentee will pass on to the phase 3, which is a domain specific. In this phase, mentee mentor match will be made. Mentee will be matched with his mentor, and then the one-on-one conversation will take place. The mentee is expected to have ideas, to be clear on his or her ideas. If he's not clear, the mentee will help in articulating those ideas. So this will be domain specific with one-on-one mentorship. Emphasis will be laid on developing research acumen. So in this very phase, the mentees can make a schedule with the mentor, and then they can discuss things about research. They can discuss about the academic needs of the mentee. And then this phase will be gauged on monthly progress. We are very, hopeful that we want to get best thing out of this program. That's why we will evaluate the progress of the mentee based on the various feedbacks from various mentors in all the 3 phases. And in this phase as well, we will evaluate mentees on the regular basis, and mentees are expected to show consistent efforts and be sincere in this very program. And this phase, this mentorship phase, will end after the mentee has attained his or her academic goal. So as at JKScientists mentorship team, as a JKScientists mentorship team and JKScientists as well, we expect that the student discusses the academic aspirations, academic goals with his mentor or her mentor. And then once the mentee has attained his or her academic goal, this relationship will end. And before going forward, I would like to present a very nice quote from J. Lauren Norris, who is a very well-known public speaker, that if you cannot see where you're going, ask someone who has been there before. That's why at JKScientists mentorship team, we bring on board those experienced and those persons with a well-established academic background to help our students, to help our mentees, to guide our mentees, to advise our mentees, and lead them to realize their aspirations. So this is the phase 3 of our mentorship team, which is mentorship program, which is the final phase. So then we all these phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, they are based on the SMART objectives. So what are these SMART objectives? I'll explain it one by one. So all the 3 phases will be specific. Like the first phase, I said, the objectives are clear, the guidelines are clear. It should be specific, that each phase will stick to the plan. If it's a phase 1, the phase 1 should be, the mentees will focus on the plan that is being prepared for the phase 1. So all the phases will be specific. In second phase is a club specific training. So the club specific training only will take place. In the third phase, that is one-on-one mentorship. In that mentorship, how specific term implies is that the student needs to be specific about his or her goals, his like what he wants or she wants to achieve. So it will be specific. All the phases will be specific. We will not allow anything out of the schedule. Then it will be, all the phases will be measurable. So as I told, all the phases, phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, we will evaluate the mentees on regular basis. In the first phase, we will evaluate mentees from with the help of feedback from various mentors, because that is a general training where you will be well, the enhancing of soft skills will take place. So we will measure your attendance, we'll look at how interested you are in attending the workshops. So it will be in the second phase as well. We'll look for your how interested you are in attending the workshops. And in the third phase, as it's a one-on-one mentorship, the feedback will be taken regularly, and those mentees who show consistent efforts will move forward in the program. And those students or mentees who don't show consistent efforts, if we don't get a good feedback from the mentor, so this relationship of the mentee with the mentor might be terminated. So please take care of this very much. So you need to be consistent, you need to be active, and so that you can carry on with this program. In the third objective, that is attainable. So all the phases, the schedule is set in such a way that everything is attainable, everything is achievable. So like in the phase 1, we have we are planning to enhance and improve the soft skills. We have, like in the second phase, there will be club specific trainings, and in the third phase as well, the one-on-one mentorship program, whatever the mentor will advise you to, you might have, the mentees might have lots of ideas, some of which are not achievable, or some of which might, because at some phase of our life we have lots of ideas. So we encourage those ideas which are attainable, which are achievable, and all kind of help will be provided with respect to that. And the third one is relevant. So in this very all the phases are relevant. Like the first phase, if you take into consideration, the first phase involves developing soft skills, understanding basics of research. So this is relevant to a mentee. If a mentee wants to go for an academic career, then the mentee should be equipped with all those skills. So all the phases are relevant, and they are in coherence with the goals of this program. And then all the phases will be time bound. As I already mentioned, there's a timeline for each phase, and all the phases will be time bound. We will not go beyond the discussed time. Then the timeline for this mentorship program will be first phase, that's on. It will, as I already mentioned, it will go for approximately 1 month. Then the second phase, that will also go for approximately 1 month, and the third phase, that's the pilot phase, final phase of the mentorship. It will go on till the goal is achieved. The goal is the academic goal of the mentee. But there is one opportunity for those students, those mentees with exceptional performance in the phase 1. So if those mentees who show an exceptional performance, they will be bypassed to the pilot phase. So, and this is also in particular to those mentees who are in quick need of guidance, who like JRFs, like those who have passed the masters, or like those students who need very quick guidance, who are in search of the position. They can be, if they show consistent efforts, they can be bypassed to the pilot phase. We don't want them to take much time to be guided properly, but yeah, at the same time they have to attend the grid phase as well. So we have this opportunity for those students who can show an exceptional performance that we will measure from time to time. And so there are this is up to the timeline thing. Now we have some very important things to discuss, and since we have some guidelines for mentees, what mentee should do, what mentee should not do, what will help a mentee and what will not help a mentee. And I just forgot to mention one thing that we will be discussing in the next slide, that one of our team members, Aisha, will be discussing. So this is an information for all those who want to join this program as mentees. You should always show efforts from yourself. You have to be consistent, you have to be sincere, and you should never ask, or you should not ask, this is a lifetime lesson. You should not ask your mentor to find a position for me. Like, can you please find a PhD position for me? Can you please find a JRF position for me? No, you have to put in the efforts. Your mentor is only and only supposed to help you, to guide you, to advise you on those aspects. The mentor will not at any cost find project position for you, PhD position for you, you have to work for that. So now I will pass this on to Aisha.
Thank you, Umar. Assalamu alaikum all. So, following the program format we heard from Umar, we must have already understood about the program. In this section, we are going through the do's and don'ts of the program, and these tips will help you better understand the format and reiterate some points that have already been made. So, starting with what you should do as a mentee as in when you get into the program, first is do keep your CV up to date. We don't expect your CV to be perfectly drafted in the beginning, but it is expected from you to have all the information in your CV. And this draft will later be modified by you as you go through the program. Next is do take initiatives to start the conversation with your mentor. As in when a mentee is paired with a mentor, it is good to be proactive and initiate the conversation via an email or so. Also, be specific in your communication. We here appreciate you to be particular about the content of the communication with your mentor, and this will help generate a sense of professionalism in a mentee. Next is be respectful to your mentor's time. We as a team are very thankful to all the mentors who volunteer to guide the mentees through this program. It is then important that we understand the value of their time and in no way let their efforts be futile. So we appreciate all of you to be respectful to your mentor's time, as in when you get paired with a mentor. Also, communicate the agenda prior to the meeting. So whenever a meeting is scheduled with your mentor, make sure you pass on the agenda before the meeting time. The agenda will include all the points to be discussed in the meeting. Doing this will help you make the most of the meeting time and be discreet about the discussion. Finally, the SPROUT mentorship roster and guidelines have to be followed. We expect you to follow all the scheduled events and make sure you attend all of them and also follow all the guidelines of the program. Now, talking about what you should not do as a mentee. First, do not wait for the mentor to start the conversation. As I explained earlier, it is best to be proactive in communication with your mentor. Next, do not be passive and disorganized in your communication. Delaying your response to the mentor is not a good sign, and also make sure you have a well-organized and professional communication pattern. Next, do not be late with your assignments. So whenever a task is assigned to you, make sure you finish it on time, and this will present you as a sensible, sincere, and responsible mentee. Be informed that the progress of the mentee will be continuously evaluated, as it is already explained by Umar also, even after you get into the program. The last 2 points we are going to talk about are the very important ones. First is do not ask your mentee to draft your cover letters or write-ups. We have experienced earlier that the students approach the mentors or the mentorship team with requests to write their letters and write-ups, which is absolutely incorrect, and we do not appreciate it. The mentor is supposed to provide guidance, which is in the form of feedback and not in the form of doing the mentee's job, which is to write your write-ups or to write your cover letters or to make your CVs. Now, this might be a little confusing to you. So what happens is we often receive requests from students in the form of questions. Is there a position available in the field, or is there a position available in the program, as Umar also reiterated before? It is important to understand that the mentor himself will not find an academic position for you, but the role of the mentor is to guide you through the process and help you look for the opportunities. The catch here is the mentor will have an experience and resources to share with you and help you reach your goal faster. In a nutshell, explaining all these do's and don'ts, we can say that a mentor is accessible and consistent. However, a mentee has to be willing to take challenges, motivated, and proactive all the time to make the most of this mentorship program in their benefits. I hope these tips have cleared a lot of confusion by now. Thank you, and back to you, Umar.
Thank you, Aisha, for explaining to the prospective mentees what they should do and what they should not do. I hope they have taken the notes out of this very information from Aisha, and it will definitely help them while they apply for this very program. And on behalf of my entire team, which consists of Dr. Jamil, Dr. Zahoor, Dr. Khalid, Aisha, and Zulkarnain, I thank you all for the patience and being here with us. Thanks a lot. Over to you, Dr. Jamil.
Thank you so much, Omar Salim. Single, inspiration message to you, which has come to me, is that Insha Rasool is proud of you. She was listening to you, your mentor. We listened to Aisha Hamid, who is a PhD student at University of New Mexico. She's working on the generation of neural diversity in fruit flies, working in the field of neurobiology. Thank you, Aisha Hamid, for explaining do's and don'ts to us. As we are short of time, we will be taking the question answer session. Before that, a simple understanding of why we had gone to the phases is, there might be the first question which people might ask: why did you went through the phases, and why not to the direct one-to-one mentorship? Is because of the fact that when a student, a potential mentee, first writes to the mentor and says that I want a position in this lab, or I want a position in US and Canada, or writes an mail saying that please edit my CV, or a language where we have seen which is very unprofessional language, where students try to mention different things which is not relevant for the mentorship program. Because of that fact, point one, we have learned that from Sprout 2020 that a student needs to be very active in writing a professional mail. It doesn't need to have we Kashmiris particularly sometimes have an impression that writing a mail with difficult words makes an impact, but it doesn't. It makes a communication difficult for us. A simple mail has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. With simple language. This will be delivered in your another phase to make you independent of many things. If you do not want to continue in the mentorship program, you might be from a different field altogether. A person has mentioned from Urdu or some other language. If we do not find a potential mentor for you, you can search your own destiny after going through the phase of soft skills. You will be knowing how to write a mail, how to find the potential mentor, how to make the CV impactful, how to write the covering letter, and then the journey is yours. You can altogether go by yourself. Taking on the question answer session quickly to the team, Khalid, Dr. Khalid, Aisha, Umar, Zulkarnain. Dr. Khalid, as these are the frequently asked questions, and I'll be asking you to please, share your reviews on this. There's a question which people ask: how do I become a at JK Sprout program?
Okay, am I audible, Dr.
Yes,
Jamil? Okay, so based on the foundations of this program, Sprout 2021. So what the program has been devised in a manner that we will have to, if I'm a mentee and I want to be a part of JKS Sprout program, so I would be registering online with JKScientists. The JKScientists team, mentorship team, will be providing me a Google form in due course of time, and I will register with them. And once I have registered with the team, I need to be patient. I need to give them time. They will screen the applications. They will screen the Google Forms based on the data that I have provided to them. My application may be rejected as well. My application can go through also. So I would advise students around that once the forms are online, so we will be sharing the links. And say you apply today or you register today, wait for a week, wait for 2 weeks. The mentorship team will screen the applications, get back to you. Do not bomb us with the emails frequently. So it takes time to screen applications. More the applications, more the screening time. So that's what I would advise mentees who would be prospective mentees for Sprout 2021.
Thank you, Dr. Khalid Gur, who is a part of the mentorship program. He's a faculty at NIT Odisha. Uh, Aisha, what is the eligibility for a mentee?
Yes. So the SPROUT 2021 program is designed to include almost all the fields, mentees from all the fields. So we will focus mainly on the master's students and will not be focusing on the undergrads this time. The master's students who are currently in their master's degree and are planning to go for positions like PhD in future, or the students who have already completed their master's degree and are now uh, looking forward to new opportunities, we will be focusing on those students. Applicants having an academic background in either physical sciences, chemical sciences, biology, engineering, or humanities all are eligible and can apply to SPROUT 2021.
Thank you. Now we have, students have a fear that how can they make their application strong? Umar bhai, please.
Sorry. Yeah, so this is the common question asked by the mentees, prospective mentees. So like I explained it in the presentation as well. So once you are provided with the application forms, read the application form thoroughly and try to be honest. The best thing that we don't expect you to be at the high level of submitting a response, but yes, we expect honesty. We expect the best from you is that, I mean, you should avoid plagiarism, be honest in your application form, be sincere. That's how you can make your application strong. There is nothing like, if we don't screen students based on their CGPA, their marks, we don't consider that, but what we consider is the sincerity, honesty, and the confidence of the student. So that's how we can make your application strong.
Thank you. Zulkarnain, can I choose my mentor?
Thanks, Jamil Bhai, for providing me the opportunity. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and hope you are doing well. We here follow the formal way. So the coordinators are supposed to provide you mentors, but we will take care that mentors are provided according to your field of interest. It's not like that we will provide a bio mentor to a mathematics student. It will be taken care and coordinators are supposed to provide mentors for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How long am I going to work with the mentors? This is one of the questions which has come in the chat box as well, but it's a frequently asked question. Aisha, can you please answer this?
Yes. So the main objective of this program is to help you reach your goal. So it depends on you and your mentor, but the important component of the program is to help you throughout the journey unless you reach your goal. So we expect you to be in connection with your mentor till you reach your aspirations in your academic field, whatever is your goal, whatever program or whatever position you want to get in. You will be connected to your mentor throughout your journey.
Thank you. Zulkarnain, again back to you. What can I expect as a mentee?
As a mentee, we can you can expect many things. Like first thing is exposure to better ideas. Like mentor will provide exposure to mentee regarding the academics and research, new research, ongoing research in the field, and he can also provide the advice to mentee regarding writing, how to write SOP, or he can even edit the SOP or CV for mentee, but he is not supposed to write. And important thing is guidance. The main purpose of this program is to provide guidance. Like everybody needs a guide who can show them the way, and but the person needs to work on his own. Mentor will only provide the guidance. And last thing is that opportunity to develop new skills, new soft skills, or even we see that programming is coming into every field. So mentor can help a mentee in developing soft skills or even technical skills like learning programming or any other important things related to the career. Thank you.
Thank you. Umar, what will my mentor, what will the mentor do for me? Again, a repeated question for the reason that I expect people not to repeat it again back in the mail. What should I
Yeah.
expect from a mentor?
Yeah, I mean, I explained it in the presentation. Aisha explained it as well in the do's and don'ts. So the best, I mean, the basic thing that you should expect for you from your mentor is the guidance, support, encouragement, and advices. You should like tell your plans to your mentor. The mentor will help you in articulating your ideas, in defining your ideas. But a mentor is not at all supposed to look for any position, look for write you, as Zulkarnain has also said that the mentor is not supposed to write SOP, write cover letter, emails, CV for you. You have to put in all the efforts. The only thing you can expect from your mentor is help, guidance, encouragement, advices, and articulating your ideas. So a mentor is there to help you, not to do your job.
The last question, which is a frequently asked question again. Will my mentor find a research position like PhD or some other position for me? Khalid, Dr. Khalid.
Sorry, I was muted. So yeah, see, what I would advise personally students based on my experiences with communication team as well since long. So a mentor will not be able to find a PhD position for you or say any position for that matter. What he will be able to do for you is that he will guide you to do that. He can be a ladder for you guys to achieve what you aspire to actually achieve. Say, for instance, you want to achieve a PhD position. I'm your mentor. I will be helping you to achieve that. I won't be actually in a position to find the opportunity for you. So, but I will do my best to help you find a PhD position or say summer internships or winter internships or a research assistantship.
There is a question from Saima Beg. We'll take it and then we will be closing the session since we have.
Jamil bhai, just sorry to interrupt. We have Insha Rasool with us as well. You can give her 5 minutes to describe her experiences from Sprout 2019 and 2020.
Yes, I will give after this question and answer session. Will
Yeah, please.
I
Thank you
will.
so much.
Yeah, thank you. Saima Beg mentions, will there be a specific template that a student will have to follow while contacting the mentorship team? I'll be answering this question. There is no specific format as in if you are mentioning as an email, there's no specific format, but in a couple of days, to be very specific, on Tuesday evening, we will be giving a Google form link on the Facebook JK Scientist Facebook profile, where a student has to click on that link and he or she will be directed to the Google Forms. There will be two forms, and a person has to fill on those forms and submit it. The first phase, the welcome phase, will be done there and then for the person. The person can take much more time. It's not necessary for a student to answer right away. It will be better for a student to uh, look on the questions, copy paste those questions on a Word format, understand and do diligence to these questions, and then answer the questions and submit it back. We will give an optimum time for the students to write back to us with these forms. After this phase is done, then we'll be directing them to the phase one, where the soft skills will be enhanced. I hope that answers to the question. Requesting Insha Rasool to please take over. Quickly have some of the words for Sprout 2020.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. I actually tagged along because I just noticed that somebody had asked how long would a mentee has to work with a mentor. And it just reminded me that when we started like this mentorship program in 2016 and 2017, on repeat, we had faced some issues. Like regularly, mentees used to come and they used to ask, would it be okay if I have to lose a year in between, let's say after 12th? Would it be okay if I lose a year and then do some internships around and then maybe it will upgrade my CV? Would it give me a better chance to reach to a higher place? And definitely, there is something. The answer to that question, how long would it take, depends on your training, initial training. So I personally would advise. In fact, Umar would remember when he was a mentee, he asked me the same question, and I told him, look, if you have to drop a year and then do internships around at better places, that is definitely going to uplift your CV, and you're going to go to the better places. Probably right now, if you're going to apply for it, probably you'll be able to reach to a position which won't be as good as you can reach after you have done an internship. So it is a suggestion for all sort of mentees out there, that even if you have to take a 6-month course somewhere, an internship, summer internship, winter internship, do not get scared that it's going to take you 6 months to reach to that position. I think those 6 months are going to give you your CV a standing position tomorrow at a better place. So this is the point that I wanted to speak. This is very important, and even if you lose a little bit of time, but it is going to improve your CV to get enrolled at a better position. Thank you so much. Back to you, Jamil Bhai.
Thank you so much. We'll be having in final words from uh, our president, Dr. Mubarak Bhai, if he's around.
I'm around with the kid. I would say you are doing tremendous job, you team mentorship and all the dedicated members. You are the future, you are champions. And I thank you all. I thank Dr. Altaf Lal for being here, for his wise words. And from day-to-day life, every day I find mentors in science, in learning new skills. For example, skiing, hiking, running. Every day you find people where you talk about life science. Mentors are very important. They change your life, and that's the reality. And that's where they have changed my life as well, where I am, and also for the future. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Mubarak Bhai, mashallah, a beautiful baby. Final words from Dr. Altaf Lal, if he is around.
I am around. I was doing double duty while you were speaking. I was listening and doing some other work, including responding privately to some of those who have dialed in today. I want to give you one last comment. Be your own champion. Today's mentee is tomorrow's mentor. Take what you can, but be willing to give at the same time. While you may be being mentored by someone, you can also mentor someone else who might be studying at 8th, 9th, or 10th grade. So make giving the purpose of your life. Inshallah, all of you will succeed, because all of you are brighter than I am. All of you have purpose, much broader vision, much greater, and value system that makes you what you are. To have this group, young group, come together and put this thought together, strategic presentation together. Jamil, you know this. These are people which private sector wants, who could think so clearly, and also tell them, we're not going to do this for you. भाई पानी के पास तो ले जाएंगे आपको, पानी तो आपको ही पीना पड़ेगा, कितना पीना है आपको ही मालूम है वो. So I want to thank you again, and you've been tremendous. I have not seen such a talented group like what I've seen today. With that, I turn it back to you, Jamil sir.
Thank you, Dr. Altaf Lal. Always happy and privileged to be in your company, to learn from you. Your advices, your words are always inspirational and full of wisdom. We'll be closing the session now. And we might be again having some questions and clarifications, which should not be, we expect not to be, those questions to be redundant. We'll I thank my team members, particularly who have given a lot of efforts for this program. And they have been very sincere in their work, what they have done. It would not have been possible because they have done their work. Dr. Zahoor, who is postdoc fellow at Department of Biochemistry at Usmania University, thank you for your efforts, for your uh, all the posters which come to the scientist mentorship program is from Dr. Zahoor, who is right now in hospital for a family emergency. We wish the speedy recovery of the daughter. Dr. Omar Salim, thank you so much for the presentation and for being part of the JKS mentorship program. Aisha Hamid, a proactive, humble student whom we should look upon if there are girl students around to kind of not just be the mentees, to be the mentors, as I said by Dr. Altaf Lal. Khalid Gul, thank you so much for your coordination, for all the efforts which you have made for the success of this program. Zulkarnain also uh, uh, mentor as well as mentee in our group. We want to make sure that our next generation is ready with being the mentors. With these words, I thank you all again for being part of this program. Allah Hafiz. Good night. Shabba khair.